Rangers have been handed a huge boost as the January window comes to a close. In today's video, we will be discussing just what all, whilst going over all of the latest news from across the club from the last 24 hours. There is so much to cover in today's video, but first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Firstly, Dutch giants Ajax are particularly charmed by Rangers winger Matondo, according to reports. Manager Francesco Farioli wants to bring Carlos Forbes back from his loan at Wolverhampton Wanderers, although technical director Alex Kroos has put forward 3 wingers the Amsterdam side could look to sign. Matondo, Ansu Fati of Barcelona, and go-ahead Eagles' Oliver Edvardsson are on said list ahead of Monday's transfer deadline, claims the Telegraph. The club's scouting team have been impressed by Matondo despite his limited minutes for Rangers this season. Indeed, the 24-year-old has made just 8 appearances for the Ibrox club in the 2024-25 season, amid a hamstring injury which kept him out for a few months. A surprise move to the Netherlands could now be in the offing for the 24-year-old, who last turned out for Philippe Clement's side on January 9th away at Dundee. Despite playing just 8 times for Rangers this term though, Matondo, who joined from FC Schalke in 2022, has registered 5 goal contributions. He is very much on the fringes of the squad, and with Clement having the likes of Nedim Birame, Hamza Garman, Danilo, Václav Černý, Yanis Hadji, and Cyril Dezers all available in attack, the end of Matondo's time at Ibrox could be nigh. Now, Rangers have been handed a huge boost ahead of the January window closing, as Rangers have received an injury boost going into an important period of the season. Defender John Souttar has been spotted back in first-team training as he strives to return from a calf injury. Souttar was substituted just 35 minutes into Rangers' Europa League tie against Tottenham Hotspur at Ibrox on December 12th, with manager Philippe Clement suggesting that the Scotland centre-back would be out for a number of weeks. Souttar has represented Rangers 25 times this season, proving a pivotal player in the backline prior to his recent setback. Clement played it coy when asked about Souttar's role in Rangers training and whether he could feature when they host Belgium's side, Union Saint-Gilloise, on Thursday. He said, "It's a decisive game now, last game in this group phase, so I don't want to give my Belgian friends all the tools. They need to work also a little bit like me. I know they will not give me all the tools also before the game. But you guys saw in the training that some guys were back and some guys were doing individual work, and the rest we will see tomorrow." Some huge news coming out of Rangers here, despite Clement not giving much away. Seeing that the big man is back on his feet and in training is hugely positive news. Despite some quality performances from Nsiala while Souttar has been away from the pitch, it's good to see the Scotsman is getting fit again to fight for his place back. Competition breeds excellence. Let's hope when he is back, he comes back stronger. But let me know what you think down below. Before we get into the next story, if you are enjoying today's video, please make sure you drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Thank you. Let's get back into the video. Rangers boss Philippe Clement yesterday added to his backroom team with the appointment of Asamoah Charaï as assistant manager. The 42-year-old joins the Ibrox club from Strasbourg in French Ligue 1, but who exactly is he? Charaï spent all of his playing days in Belgium before retiring at the age of 30 in 2012. He immediately went into coaching after hanging up his boots, taking up a role as assistant manager of Al Faisaly in Saudi Arabia. The Belgian then had spells at both KFC Beerschot and Sint-Truiden in a similar role to the one he held in the Middle East. Then, in November 2022, Charaï took up his first managerial role, taking charge of Morocco's under-23s. With Morocco, Charaï won the Under-23 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. Current Rangers striker Hamza Garman was part of his squad for the tournament, and 5 of the forward 6 Morocco Under-23 caps came under the stewardship of Charaï. He left his post with Morocco in March of last year, though, joining Strasbourg in France. He worked alongside Liam Rossenior with the Ligue 1 side, but has now made the switch to Rangers. Charaï takes the place of the recently departed Andries Oldering as Clement's number 2 ahead of tomorrow evening's Europa League tie against Union Saint-Gilloise at Ibrox. Despite not having the most decorated background, I think this is a positive addition to the Rangers coaching staff. His links with Hamza will come in handy, both in settling the player and helping with the development of him. Hamza has had a lot of interest coming in from the Premier League over the past couple weeks, so having a fellow countryman come in could support the young Moroccan through this overwhelming period. But let me know your thoughts on this down below. Finally, Rangers have paid tribute to a lifelong supporter who tragically passed away during the Scottish Premiership match against Aberdeen. A club statement has been released to mark the passing of Jacqueline Malone Wallace. Mrs. Malone Wallace passed away after taking unwell at Ibrox on Wednesday, January 15th. Mrs. Malone Wallace was a season ticket holder for more than 20 years after being introduced to the club by her late father Kenny. The Edinburgh native regularly travelled to Glasgow for match days, first sitting in the Copland front before taking her father's death in the Copland rear following his passing. Mrs. Malone Wallace is survived by husband David, mother Violet, and two sisters Julie and Jennifer. A touching club statement read, "Rangers Football Club were saddened to learn of the news of the passing of lifelong supporter Jacqueline Malone Wallace at our fixture against Aberdeen at Ibrox earlier this month." An Edinburgh native, Mrs. Malone Wallace had an unbridled love for the club, and as a season ticket holder of over 20 years, Rangers became a central part of her life. It was her late father, Kenny, who introduced her to Rangers, with Jacqueline the only one out of three daughters in whom the club became a way of life. She first witnessed the spectacle of Ibrox in the 1990s, and the love affair began following a cup match at home against Dundee United. A season ticket holder in the Copland front for a decade, Jacqueline took over her father's seat in the Copland rear in 2015 following his passing and regularly made the pilgrimage to Ibrox from her home in Edinburgh. Few players marvelled Jacqueline more than the all-action Barry Ferguson in midfield, although she reserved a soft spot for the skill and ambition of Yanis Hadji in the current Rangers squad. It was fitting then that Jacqueline met her husband David through their mutual love of the light blues in the workplace. The pair married in 2018, the happiest day of their lives, but that was soon relegated to second best after an emotionally charged evening at Ibrox UEFA Europa League semi-finals against RB Leipzig. Jacqueline is survived by her husband, David, her mother, Violet, and her two sisters, Julie and Jennifer. The thoughts of everyone at Rangers are with Jacqueline's family and friends at this time. A spokesperson for the club said at the time, "Rangers Football Club is devastated to have learned of the tragic passing of one of our supporters at last night's match with Aberdeen. The thoughts of everyone at Rangers are with their family and friends. The club will be reaching out to the family to offer our support at this deeply sad and difficult time." On Wednesday, January 15th, 2025, we received a report of a woman having taken unwell at a match at Ibrox Stadium. Emergency services attended, and the 39-year-old woman was taken to the Queen Elizabeth University Hospital where she died. The death is being treated as unexplained but not believed to be suspicious, and a report will be sent to the Procurator Fiscal. RFC News would like to send our condolences to Mrs. Malone Wallace's friends and family during this difficult time. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you would like to see more Rangers content, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Let's also hope for a huge win for Rangers tonight. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.